So I talked about leveling the playing field. One of the things you want to do is make sure you're fostering a digital workplace. And some of the things, this is not all inclusive, but I've got a lot of bullet points on this slide because I think it's important to be able to make this adjustment. You want to design your workforce for digital engagement, meaning people can work electronically and it's not required for them to physically be somewhere doing something unless they're touching a product that has to touch another piece of equipment or machine. Most of these companies that are in the knowledge space or consulting can do this remotely. Having that digital workplace allows you to communicate in a very rich way. The other thing you want to do is, in order to foster this digital workplace, you have to make sure all roads to career growth and career development don't lead to the corporate headquarters. So if your corporate headquarters is in a specific location, but you're hiring people all over the country, but they're limited on how much they can grow in the company and what their career opportunity looks like, you want to be able to think about how can we change this so that people can work anywhere and be successful in this company and have a longer career. You also want to look at what's the difference between your office and your office workers and your remote workers. The goal is to level the playing field so that even if you only have one remote worker, you've put in place video, email, chat, internal collaboration tools using other products that like Microsoft Teams, Slack, Google Hangouts. There are lots of tools that you could use to make sure that you've leveled the playing field. And you always want to make sure that the people who are remote have access, the ability to communicate in the same way that someone who's in the office does. And so whether you have 100 or 10,000 remote workers or one, you want to make sure that you are focused and leveling the playing field with that with that remote workforce. One of the things that is not having assigned desk. Some of the big companies, these are major corporations who've gone to not having an assigned desk. They let people come in and do what they call hotel, or you can reserve a desk when it's needed and you're going to be face to face, but you don't have your own desk. Your own desk is back in your home office. You also want to be able to leverage the technology. You don't want to overemphasize the technology because it should be all about the people, but the technology just provides the infrastructure for you to do a better job in a digital workplace. So using video gives the opportunity to build relationships. Using audio, that's another helpful way. Using AI and machine learning and data analytics tools that allow you to tell a story and to be able to share more information across multiple channels and platforms with your organization. And then you want to be able to use stuff that allows you to automate translations. So if you've got a global workforce and you want to be able to take translations from a specific language into another language, using some of those automation tools allows you to do the translation. The other thing is transcription tools that could take a meeting and take the audio and transcribe that into text that allows you to share that in another format for people to be able to consume. I talked about personalizing the experience for your employees and your customers and your candidates. You want to be able to get to know people who work for you and not just know them because you're talking about work all the time. Just get some of that personal time that you would if you were walking down to someone's desk and having a conversation around that. Real-time communication, it's much easier to have real-time communication through all the various channels that exist. Email is not real-time communication, although many of us treat it like real-time communication, but chat allows you to interact or just pick up the phone or jump on video to allow you to have that real live conversation. So it's no different than you would if you were going into the office, you could have that real-time conversation. The other thing is make sure that your workforce has a setup that allows them to have the equipment, the tools, the configurations that they need to be able to work remotely. Video conferencing, I talked about, text, chat, recording tools. You can record demos. If you're trying to tell someone how to do something, instead of typing out a full page email, just use one of the tools to record a screen capture and send that to the team, because then that's shareable and it's not this one-time thing that they've got to just read. And then you want to be able to find other companies who are doing digital work. If you can find digital partners that you can share best practices with, or digital partners that enhance your ability to deliver on your core offerings, that is a key. There are companies out there that specialize in helping enable companies to be more digitally savvy. And then just building that workforce for digital is really critical.